Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jacqueline's Inside Out. I'm so excited because it's been a minute, right? I mean, it's been a while since we've been here with everything that's been going on. We got to get out and are here at a studio. Like, can you believe it? Like, we're actually doing something again. Like, I love it. And this is such a beautiful photography place to come. It's called Dominique Murray Photography, and it is here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the south side of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I love it because it's so cute. It's such a great little place to come and get your photos taken. Today, we are going to talk about confidence and conviction and how you can show up on camera. Isn't that amazing, right? Because we're all on Zoom. We're all doing all this stuff these days. COVID and the pandemic has switched us to being online a lot and doing a lot of things online and doing a lot of Zoom calls and getting ourselves out there and updating our website and all of that, doing videos. So in order to do that, we have to have confidence. We have to have confidence behind the camera, in front of the camera, whatever it is we want to do. So we are going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about how you can pose to, make you feel good, to show you the best ways to pose. We have 3 tips on that. We're going to show you some fashions that are wonderful for a photo shoot if you want to, show your personality as glamorous or classic or whatever it is that you want to do to be your authentic self. We're going to help you with that. And we're going to just talk a little bit about how it is so important for men and women to show up and to really put themselves out there, especially if you're branding your business. But it's not just about business, it's also about your personal style. And if you want to get a nice, glamorous photo shoot for your husband or your family, if you want to just take like nice photo pictures, but you want to feel confident in them, because you know how that can always sometimes hold us back. So stay tuned. We have so much to show you today. We are at this beautiful photography studio here, and we are excited to just show you everything that's going on with Dominique Murray, and we'll be right back to tune you in, to keep you updated on everything. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi everybody, so I'm here with Dominique Murray Photography, and I wanted to talk to her about confidence and conviction behind the camera and how that happens to be able to bring that confidence to you when you get in front of a camera or behind a camera, because it's so important. And a lot of times we do not focus on that. And it all comes down to hair, makeup, fashions, photography, how you pose, and everything about it. So Dominique is going to help us with that. She's going to give us some tips on photography and how you can position yourself to look good on camera. So welcome, Dominique. Thank you so much. This is a beautiful place that you have here for your photography studio.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. So tell us a little bit about this and what you do here.
Yeah, so as Jackie said, my name is Dominique. I am a high school senior personal branding and editorial photographer. So I dabble into a little bit of everything. And basically, this is a luxury service. You get to come up and we pamper you and we give you the best photos that you could possibly ask for whatever your need is.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how you feel women and men are comfortable behind the camera and what you have to do to get them to actually feel comfortable so that they can show up in their best authentic self, so that they can show up with confidence leading up to their photo shoot before or during and after, so that they want to take these photos and really run with them for their business and branding and certain things that they do.
Absolutely. So I feel like a lot of people aren't used to being in front of the camera. Even for myself, as much as I'm in front of the camera, I still get like really nervous and I just kind of like get the jitters. So I think part of it is knowing that when you hire the right photographer, whether that's me or somebody else, they're there to help you and pose you the proper way. So for me, part of that is having somebody come in and do hair and makeup, and whether that's women's like a full glam or if that's just a touch up with grooming on men, we have them come in and start with that. So immediately they start to feel better because that just gives them an extra boost of confidence. Then whenever we're in the studio, I am guiding them the entire time. I'm being very particular about making sure your fingers are the right direction and that all of your ligaments are posed properly. So I'm really here to lift you up and make sure that you look like your best self. But leading up to that, even, I'm always reminding everybody, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to have an assistant there. We're going to have a stylist and like all hands, everybody is on deck just for you.
Yes, because it takes everybody, right? It takes all of us. I'm, of course, in the beauty industry. You all know that. This is Jacqueline's Inside Out, and that's what we talk about all the time on our show. But this all comes down to all of this. It comes down to the beauty as far as the makeup, the skincare, the fashions, the photography, the posing, like everything that we're talking about. It's all one and it's all connected. Even this videography that Dave, our wonderful cameraman here, is doing from Bethel Park TV, it all matters. It all has to be positioned right. It all has to be what you need and what you want to bring out your best self, but being your own self and like natural,
right?
And that helps too, right?
Right, yeah. And I do a consultation through a Zoom call prior to my sessions. So we start out with a normally email correspondence or maybe Instagram messages, and we kind of talk back and forth about what you want. And then I actually set up a Zoom call to go through kind of what you're talking about, of what you want out of your fashion style, and what do you want on a beauty level. Do you want full glam? Do you want a natural look?
Right.
And then we plan accordingly too. So I make sure that you are comfortable with the amount of makeup and styling and everything that we are bringing into the studio for you.
Exactly, because it comes down to your personality. You want to show your personality. What are you? Are you glamorous? Are you natural? Are you edgy? Are you classic, romantic? What are you? And we have to figure that out, because that's how you are going to really shine behind the camera. And that's how you're going to really, put your best foot forward by stepping into who you are and not trying to be somebody else. Because if they're trying to be somebody else, or they are trying to portray, somebody they look up to, that's always great to have that inspiration, but really it comes down to yourself, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, one of the biggest lines that I tell people is exactly what you're saying, is you need to be yourself whenever you come in. So wear clothes that make you feel comfortable.
Right.
Have your stylist do your hair in a way that makes you feel good. Do your makeup in a way that you're going to feel confident in. Well, we'll do your makeup, but
yes.
have somebody, show some pictures that make you feel great about yourself. Like, I look really good in this picture and I feel really great. We're going to recreate that for you. And I think that's the same, not just for photo shoots, but on a day-to-day basis. If you're walking into any room, if you don't feel comfortable and confident in what you're wearing or how your hair looks, you can read that.
You can definitely read that. And that's what Jacqueline's Inside Out and our confidence and conviction is all about, like stepping into that power of yourself. And this can go for men and women. I love to see men behind this too, because I think a lot of times men back up from it and they don't want to put themselves out there sometimes. But I think, everything that's happened in our world over the last couple years, I think men are really starting to see that they want to to do this, and Zoom and everything has made us step into this on camera thing a little bit more.
Right.
So having that, what do you feel about the men clients?
Yeah, so a lot of the times when I tell men that, you can get hair and makeup, they're like, we don't need that. And I'm like, well, listen. When you're in front of the camera, it's different. So men's grooming is very important. And
very important.
For the makeup side of things, when you're in front of the camera, a lot of that is just like skin correction and minor touch-ups. And then, adjusting your hair to be the way that you like it. But I think that overall, every gender is just becoming so much more confident, because we're just taught so much more from a very young age to love ourselves, no matter what it is, to love every part of ourselves. And I try to convey that message with every person that walks into the studio. So.
That's so important. Self-care, self-love, self-respect. I talk a lot about self-respect. If we don't have respect for ourselves, how can we show up? How can we do these kind of things, right? We have to respect ourselves to be able to step into that. And that goes for men and women. And I believe children too. It starts at a young age. Just being able to grow up in a positive atmosphere or grow up with positive encouragement and people inspiring you. It's so important. So you got to teach them young. So teach your young children, you know, just to feel confident in themselves and be who they want to be. And as long as it's like a good person,
Healthy,
you
yeah.
know, kindness, love, that's what we want in this world, right? So children too.
Yeah,
correct?
absolutely. And I think it's really hard sometimes because everybody's on social media all of the time. Like we're constantly opening up different apps and scrolling through our phones. Like every time we take a selfie, we use some sort of wacky filter and send it to our friends. And that kind of distorts the way that we view ourselves, especially because a lot of the times, as we know, on social media, it's not really what it is.
No.
There's a lot of Photoshop and fine tuning. So I think it's also important to be practicing self-love and self-care and affirmations, but reminding ourselves, because it is very easy to forget that everything that you see isn't necessarily real.
Yes, that's awesome. So thank you for listening to this. I love that we are here with Dominique. She's so inspiring. She's so knowledgeable on this. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with a few tips that she's going to give you on how to pose. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and Dominique is going to show us some posing and how we can use posing to look best on camera, that we can, you know, help ourselves feel more confident. So Dominique, you have a long blazer on there, which I love, and I love that color. That's
Thank
like
you.
a salmon kind of
Yeah,
color.
this is my brand color.
It's so beautiful. Oh, that's your brand color.
Yeah.
How great. I love that. That's perfect. So show us something that we can do, since you have a blazer on, and a lot of people do, you know, use that fashion these days. Show us how you can take that blazer and make a nice pose with that, especially
Right.
how you have, you know, your heels on. And I just love this whole look with your shorts
Thank you.
and your blazer. So let's see a pose that will work well for that.
Right. So the first step is just going to be make sure that you have even lighting. So no matter where you are, an easy way to do that outside would be in the shade. And then if you're at home, you can get some sort of ring light or LED panel. So the first thing would be to make sure that you light yourself evenly so you don't get any heavy shadows. The next step is you're going to want to be making a lot of triangular shapes within your body. And that sounds kind of weird, but if I stood for a picture like this, it's not really doing anything for my body shape, or quite frankly, anybody's body shape. So the first step is going to be to grab your jacket, but you're going to want to make sure that your hands are at two different places, and you're going to kind of tug forward. So what we're doing is creating a triangle within our arms right here. So that's going to be the first step. The next step is going to be to make a triangle with your legs. So we're going to slightly step to the side, because now we have a triangle here. And then if you feel confident, you can kind of pop your hip out or stand. Whatever kind of shoes you're wearing kind of changes that.
I'm doing this with you over here in the corner.
So we just went from having somebody stand here for a picture, you know, we're going to smile and look nice and pretty, to we now are creating a triangle with our legs and kind of tugging on our jacket, and we are now
at that.
creating a confident and just
Yes.
powerhouse pose.
I love it. I love it. Now I want all of you at home to do this pose. So I want you to practice that. That is amazing. Look at that. That's really defining her. That's given her a nice shape, and that's bringing everything together perfectly. So I love that. Okay, so let's go on to a second pose, standing. Maybe if you're standing with a crowd and you're in a group photo with people beside you, behind you, whatever, how would be the best pose for that? Like if you're in a group pose.
Yeah, so when you're in a group, it's often difficult because you don't have a lot of wiggle room to your side. So if you're in the middle of the group, you're gonna wanna place your arms around your friends' backs, not over the shoulder. This is just making yourself larger. You always wanna go downward towards their lower back. Now, if you're in the middle, or if you're like slightly off to the side, turning one way, the trick is to make a triangle with your leg to give yourself more shape. So instead of just standing like this in the middle of the photo, you're gonna make a triangle with your knee inward to give yourself some shape. So what you're gonna do is basically cross either your right or left knee over top of the other one. So instead of just having a flat board pose, or maybe even making ourselves wider,
Oh yeah.
We're going lower, and then we're turning inward
it.
slightly.
I see it. That's perfect. Yes. And everybody wants that, more slender look, of course, right?
Yeah.
And when your arms are up, it kind of feels like you're becoming
stretching.
more wider and stretched.
Right.
And it's just an awkward kind of feeling. It doesn't look
Yes.
natural. That looks very natural.
And if you're on the end, you just bring your hand in and make another triangle
there
here
you
with
go.
your hand on your hip.
Yeah,
So same
love
thing
it,
with the
love it.
legs. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So everybody practice this one at home now. So get in front of your mirror, practice this pose. That's going to help you feel more confident. So the last one we're going to do one last one. I was going to ask if you can bring your stool over. And I believe that people are sometimes uncomfortable with the sitting pose. I know I am, just because you just don't feel comfortable sitting as well when you're getting this photo taking or you're on camera. So show us a little bit about how we can help with that
Sure.
pose.
So when you're sitting, a lot of the times this happens in like group photos whenever there's a lot of layers, or maybe you're sitting at your couch at home and you're trying to take a picture for social media. But the biggest trick is to first sit on the edge of the chair. Don't put your butt all the way towards the back. You want to sit towards the end. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make, again, a triangle with your legs by turning them slightly off to the side. You can hook your ankles if that makes you feel better. And make sure that you're up on your toes. See how my feet aren't flat?
Yes.
Pulling all of that up, it's going to help slim your thighs out, because it's not even that somebody with tiny thighs doesn't want them to look big, or somebody with bigger thighs doesn't want them to look even bigger. It's just about us putting pressure against our legs whenever we sit all the way back. It immediately is pulling up all that skin and muscle
Okay, I see
and
it.
creating a different shape. So we
You
wanna
could sit like that and be perfectly fine.
Thank you.
But
We wanna
I see
sit
what
at
you're
the
saying.
end,
You're saying.
cross our ankles, and then we have this nice little triangular shape going on right here. I call this princess hand, so you just place one on top of the other and you go off of the side towards your waist. If you feel comfortable, you can always bring your hands up, create triangles with your arms. We're now sitting here, so here. Or if you have like a wider bench, you can always bring your arms out to the side. And again, we have this nice triangular shape going on, and you could sit this way.
Yeah, that is so cute. That's adorable. Now, it may be uncomfortable for a second or two, to get that pose down. But I think if we practice this one again as well. But I think if we practice that, then it will be okay. Like, people can get that. It might take a little bit more practice. Just trying to get your legs in that angle and get your hands in that angle and all the different, different angles of the pose.
Right.
Might, just take a little practice. But I think it's adorable, and you always look adorable in it.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, so awesome. Okay, well, I wanted to share these 3 tips with you, and thank you so much for sharing this with our audience.
you.
I know they're going to take this home and they're going to love this, so we'll be right back with some more. Okay, so we are back and we're going to talk about some fashions. This little corner is just so glamorous. I love it. There's so many pretty items here that Dominique has for when you come in to get your photos taken that you can use. You can bring your own, I would imagine, as well, right?
Absolutely.
But you can use some of these. So first I want to start with this little number here.
Just one of my favorites.
Look at this. So this is so cute. She says a lot of people decide that they want to try to use this for their images. So talk a little bit about this and how this will play very nicely for someone's photo shoot.
Right, absolutely. So something that I offer is a little bit of a client closet. So whenever people come in, they bring their own stuff, and then I always offer them a little bit more of like a fancy, dressy, fun look that they can pull from this closet that you see behind me. People love this top. So it's actually like a little bit of a corset, so women feel fun and sexy, but it's still dressy. You can even put a blazer over top of this like we talked about and just have a whole new look. And this color is pretty complementative to most skin tones.
Yeah. And what are the sleeves on this?
So the sleeves are actually straight tulle, so they kind of sit off the shoulder. That's pretty stretchy. It's comfy. I would love to wear this just out and about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
Well, this
but
is very youthful.
Yes.
For you, this would be perfect. But I love this. This is so cute and adorable. So I love it. We're also going to talk about some of the other, or one of the other fashions here, I should say. This new bridal gown that she just got in. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about this.
Oh
And
my
I
gosh.
heard that the designer's name is Demetrius.
Yes.
And that is my grandson's name. My first grandson, I love him to death. His name's Demetrius. So So I just thought I loved it. So I love it for that reason. Tell us a little bit about it, Dominique.
So this is a brand new wedding gown that I got in here, and you don't have to be a bride to wear it for a session. But this dress is from Platinum by Demetrius. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The train is massive. I wouldn't even be able to show you guys the whole thing on camera. But there's a lot of lace and beading. It has a big hoop skirt underneath, so it very much fits like a Cinderella style ball gown.
So beautiful.
I just absolutely love this piece. I cannot wait to play with it. It's brand new. It's been sitting up here. Nobody's worn it.
No.
So I'm just so excited.
And look at this detail. I mean,
Yes.
come on now, look at that. That is beautiful. Now this reminds me of like, I don't know, it's a cross between like the 1980s, because I actually got married in the 80s, dating myself here, but I got married in the 80s, and my dress is similar to that. So maybe it's coming back around with styles from back in the day then.
I mean, a lot of this stuff actually has that lacy look if you
Yeah.
kind of like flip through. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. You know, that silver one is kind of similar. That gray one, same thing.
This one?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then even this one, we call this our Bridgerton dress.
This-
Yes.
Can I pull that out?
Yeah, absolutely. So the same thing. It has like the lace on the front, similar to the wedding dress with the corset top. So
look at the sleeves.
yes,
too.
I did a photo shoot in this for myself, and
is
it was Bridgerton
beautiful.
themed. If anybody has watched that show.
Oh, and I love the way that it has like underneath. It looks like a mini skirt.
Yes.
And then it has the sheer
and
down
there's
the bottom.
slits in the tulle, so it's very, very easy to walk
so
in.
Pretty.
Yep.
And this color, this is beautiful. This color, it's almost like a rose gold, right?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like mauve-y, and yeah.
It's beautiful though. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You guys have to come here and get your photo shoot done. Like really, come on.
dress
This is
up.
amazing.
Yes.
This is beautiful. If you have something that you want to brand for your website, or if you're, just looking for something fun, maybe some pageant girls, right?
Yes.
Pageant girls or prom, anything like that. Like, come on and come out here and get this done. This is amazing. Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful
Thank
job.
you so much.
So yeah, so we just wanted to show you some fashions and show you how you can get glamorized, but your style. We talked about that earlier. Make it your own, make it your own style, but just be yourself, right?
Yes, and have fun.
And
At
have
the end
fun.
of the day, just
Yes.
about having fun.
Okay, everybody. So we are back with an important part of today. So you all know I do hair and makeup. That's what I do. I've been in the beauty industry since I was 16. And I know how important this part of a photo shoot or branding yourself or just doing this for fun, for a photo shoot or anything for yourself that you want to give to your children, your husband, yourself, to treat yourself to something fun. It's so important to have makeup that is going to last, that's going to help you on your photo shoot, that's going to give you that look of, that you're looking for. And I just want to show you a little bit about what I use for when I do photo shoots and when I use on my clients. This is Arbonne. This is the perfect makeup because it's pure, safe, and it's all natural. Pure, safe, and beneficial, I should say. And it's plant-based. It's perfect for your skin because we talked about earlier with having your skin right. You want to make sure that your skin is taken care of first. And that's when your makeup's really going to go on nice. When you have nice skin, you can take your makeup and you can apply it, and it's gonna go on nice and evenly. So it starts with your skincare. So that's very important that you want to do that prior to any makeup application. So I wanted to just show you a little bit about our makeup. We have like bronzers, and we have for your photo shoots, you want to use a little bronzer just to kind of give you that glowy look. But nothing too sparkly. You want to stick with more of a matte. Most of the time, you don't want to go with like a lot of sparkle because that's just not going to sit right with the camera as much. So I would say go with a little bit more matte. We have our lipsticks, the neutrals. You can also do a glam look with red or a bright pink if you want. That's perfect. These little natural tones of eyeshadows are really nice. You can mix and match those, and they will give you a nice natural look, which is beautiful for when you're trying to, just have that classic kind of style. Or you can glam it up more with, a little bit of a deeper, just a little deeper eye. That's going to give you that little bit more of a glamorous look. So you can take it a little bit deeper on your eyes and make it a little bit more smoky for an intense, edgy kind of look. Down at the bottom down there, we have some lip glosses, and then we have some bronzers and nice like highlighting products that you can use lightly to give you a little bit of that glow. But like I said, stay away from a little bit of that shimmer, a little bit softer instead of too much shimmer. Then at the edge down the bottom is some of the skincare that we talked about. You do want to have, nice skin underneath. So anything that's going to give you that glowy natural look. You can use serums, you can use exfoliating, you can use, cleanse, tone, and moisturize. You want to do that on a daily basis to give you that nice natural skin that's going to be cleansed really well, especially from makeup. You want to get all that off. You don't want to sleep with makeup on. You want to remove your makeup at night and just take care of your skin really well. And you can go ahead and put some eye drops underneath your eyes, some eye care to take away puffiness, dark circles, anything like that that's going to help you with your photo shoot. There's also a lot of editing that you can do, but less is more. You don't want to have a lot of editing done. You want it to be more of a natural look. So do these things prior to your photo shoot. We have a lot of products here that make a photo shoot work, that go along with the fashions, the skincare. All of it works together. So play around with that and just, see what's best for you, what you like, the edgy look, the natural look, the classic, and go for it and get out there and, do a photo shoot. You'll love it. It's very, brings you a lot of confidence. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. All right, everybody. So we are back. We have enjoyed this day so much at this studio with Dominique. So thank you so much, Dominique, for having us here. We're so excited. Tell us how our audience can get a hold of you.
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I've had
You're
so much
welcome.
fun, and you are so amazing. You're such a big inspiration.
Aw, thank you.
But my website is DominiqueMurrayPhotography.com. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or anything, you can search Dominique Murray Photography. And the handle is going to be my nickname, which is Murnug. So it's MURR_NUGG, like nugget. So
Love it. That's so cute.
thank you.
So this has been an amazing day with Bethel Park TV. We're so excited. Thank you, Dave, for being here with us, our videographer. He's behind here. You can't see him, but he's amazing. You all know and love him from Bethel Park TV. I'm Jacqueline from Jacqueline's Inside Out with our show that you can follow us on YouTube at Bethel Park TV. And you can follow Jacqueline's houseofbeauty.com. That's where you can find me as well. I'm so excited to be here today. We have put on a nice show. I hope that you have built your confidence and your conviction and how you can show up and how you can get in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever you want to do, but just get out there and feel confident and feel empowered to be yourself, your true authentic self, whatever that is. So thank you so much for tuning in. Stay in touch. We will be back with another episode soon, but thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.